Every breath you take, every sip of water, every bite of food could be carrying something you cannot see, cannot smell, and cannot taste. We are living in the plastic age. Plastic is in our homes, in our cars, in our kitchens, in our clothes, and now it's inside our bodies. Scientists have found tiny plastic particles in human blood, lungs, placenta, arteries, even brain tissue. This is not a conspiracy. This is not science fiction. This is real, and it's happening right now. Today we're going deep into the world of microplastics, what they are, how they enter your body, what research says about their health risks, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself and your family. Stay with me until the end, because I'll give you simple, practical steps you can start today to reduce your exposure. Let's begin. What are microplastics? Let's start simple. Microplastics are tiny pieces of plastic smaller than 5 millimeters, that's about the size of a sesame seed or smaller. According to research summarized in medical and environmental literature, microplastics come from two main sources. Number one is primary microplastics. These are intentionally made small. They are used in cosmetics, industrial products, synthetic fibers, microbeads. Number two is secondary microplastics. These come from when larger plastic items break down over time. Plastic bottles, food packaging, car tires, clothing, fishing, nets, sunlight, heat, friction, and time break them apart. But here's the scary part. They don't disappear. They just get smaller, and smaller, and smaller, until they become nanoplastics, particles so tiny they can pass through cell membranes and biological barriers. Researchers publishing in environmental health journals have warned that nanoplastics may behave very differently inside the body compared to larger particles. And now they are everywhere. In oceans, rivers, soil, air, food, drinking water. And yes, inside humans. How microplastics enter the body. There are three main pathways. Number one is ingestion. We eat and drink them. Multiple studies summarized in environmental and clinical reviews show microplastics have been found in tap water, bottled water, seafood, table salt, honey, beer, fruits, and vegetables. A major concern raised in media analyses and scientific commentary is bottled water. Research has shown bottled water can contain thousands of microplastic particles per liter, sometimes more than tap water. Why? Because plastic bottles shed particles, especially when exposed to heat. Imagine leaving a water bottle in your car in summer. Heat increases plastic degradation. Now think about how many bottles you've consumed over the years. Some exposure estimates suggest humans may ingest tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of particles per year. Even if exact, numbers vary, the exposure is real. Number two is inhalation. We breathe them. This surprises many people. Indoor air contains microplastic fibers. Where do they come from? Synthetic clothing, that is polyester and nylon. Carpets, upholstery, curtains, car interiors, household dust. Research, discussed in environmental health publications, suggests people may inhale thousands of microplastic particles daily, especially indoors. These fibers can reach deep into lung tissue. And that's where potential damage begins. Number three is dermal contact through the skin. This pathway is less studied, but occupational exposures such as in textile workers or plastic factories may allow particles to penetrate damaged skin. More research is ongoing, where microplastics have been found in the human body. Here's where things become serious. Recent human studies reported in medical news have confirmed detection of microplastics in human blood, lung tissue, liver, kidneys, placenta, arterial plaques, brain tissue. Let that sink in. Plastic. Particles in the placenta, meaning they can cross from mother to fetus. Plastic particles in atherosclerotic plaques, the fatty deposits in arteries linked to heart attacks and strokes. Plastic particles in brain samples. Scientists are still investigating what this means. But one thing is clear. These particles are not just passing through, they are accumulating. What could microplastics be doing to our health? Now we reach the big question. Do microplastics cause disease? The honest answer: the science is still evolving. But warning signs are increasing. Let's break it down. Simply. 1 is inflammation and immune activation. Laboratory and animal studies show microplastics can trigger immune responses, activate inflammatory pathways, increase oxidative stress. Chronic inflammation is linked to heart disease, cancer, diabetes, autoimmune disorders, so even low-level, long-term inflammation matters. Is brain and cognitive concerns. Some experimental data suggests nanoplastics may cross the blood-brain barrier. Oxidative stress and neuroinflammation are mechanisms linked to neurodegenerative diseases. While human evidence is limited, the possibility is under serious investigation. 7 is reproductive and developmental effects. Animal studies suggest possible impacts on sperm quality, ovarian function, hormonal regulation, fetal development. Human data is limited but growing. Given microplastics have been found in placental tissue, researchers are paying close attention. What scientists are saying. The medical community is cautious. Experts quoted in Medscape emphasize, "We do not yet have definitive proof of direct causation. Most strong evidence comes from lab and animal studies. Human research is expanding rapidly." The key message is, uncertainty does not equal safety. When particles are found in critical organs, investigation is urgent. Global initiatives are calling for standardized research methods and better exposure measurements. The bigger environmental picture. Plastic production exceeds 400 million tons per year globally. Only a small percentage is recycled. The rest enters the oceans, breaks down into microplastics, enters food chains, moves up through fish, ends up on our plates. This is a cycle, a human-made cycle, and we are both the creators and the recipients. Practical steps to reduce exposure. Now, the empowering part. You are not helpless. Here's what you can do. Filter your water. Reverse osmosis systems reduce microplastic load. Avoid leaving plastic bottles in heat. Switch to glass or stainless steel bottles. Avoid heating plastic. Never microwave. Plastic containers. Heat increases particle shedding. Use glass, ceramic, stainless steel. Rethink clothing. Wash synthetic clothes less often. Use laundry filters if possible. Choose natural fibers like cotton or linen when practical. Watch tea bags. Some plastic-based tea bags release millions of particles during brewing. Switch to loose leaf tea or paper-based bags. Improve indoor air. Use HEPA air purifiers. Vacuum with HEPA filters. Open windows for ventilation when possible. Reduce single-use plastics. Bring reusable bags. Avoid plastic-wrapped products. Choose minimal packaging. Small daily choices add up. Is toxic chemical carriers. Microplastics are not chemically neutral. They carry additives such as phthalates, bisphenol A, flame retardants. These are endocrine disruptors. That means they interfere with hormones. Hormones regulate fertility, growth, mood, metabolism, thyroid function. Plastic particles can act like Trojan horses, delivering these chemicals into tissues. 3 is gut microbiome disruption. Emerging studies suggest microplastics may alter gut bacteria balance. Why does this matter? Because your gut microbiome influences immunity, mood, weight regulation, inflammation, brain, health. Disrupting it may have systemic effects. 4 is respiratory effects. Inhaled microplastics may irritate lung lining, increase oxidative stress, trigger inflammatory responses, reduce lung function. Some occupational studies have linked plastic dust exposure to chronic respiratory problems. 5 is cardiovascular risk. One study reported in The Guardian highlighted research showing microplastics detected in arterial plaques were associated with higher risk of heart attack and stroke. Important note: this shows association, not proven causation. But the signal is concerning. Your health is your choice. We may not yet know the full story, but here's what we do know. Microplastics are inside the human body. They can trigger inflammation. They can carry hormone-disrupting chemicals. They may interfere with biological systems. And exposure is ongoing. So here's your challenge. Replace one plastic item in your home this week. One water bottle. One food container. One habit, because awareness leads to action. And action leads to change. If this video opened your eyes, like it. Subscribe for science-backed health content explained simply. Comment below, what's one change you will make today? Your health is not just about diet and exercise anymore. It's about your environment. Stay informed, stay empowered, and take control of what enters your body. See you in the next video.